know, John always used to tell me when you're grading a speech on a scale of 1 to 10, you automatically lose 1 point if you have notes in front of you. But you know what? I'll take a 9. First, let me say how honored I am to be standing in front of you all as John's best man. Because growing up, I always considered him to be my best man and my best friend. And how excited I am to have this chance to share some embarrassing stories about John. Like, remember the time at your confirmation when you told the pastor that one of your top 3 God-given gifts was your trampoline skills? Or what about the time you smashed up your Trans Am and told Dad it's because you slipped on a leaf? Remember Uncle D was offering to install leaf blowers in front of all of our cars? But in all seriousness, I do have a couple stories that really do tell the kind of person John is. When we were growing up, me and John used to have this game called the No Rules game. Basically, yeah, it's coming. Yeah. Basically, what we would do is we'd close the door to our room and we would fight with no rules. Now, when John got a little older and he had his growth spurt, this game became a little less fun for me. But earlier in life, this game would usually end with a loud thud or a loud bang and John on the ground hurt. And anytime Mom and Dad would come running in the room crying, asking what's going on, John would say, "Oh, I fell, or I tripped, or I hurt myself," even with tears in his eyes. And that was always John from day one. He always had a strong sense of selflessness and loyalty. To a point, at times, didn't even make sense. But that was just John for you. If you ever needed anything, he's always someone you could count on. Whether it's something stupid or something serious, he would always be there for you. You know, we have a saying in our family, whenever there's a problem, we take a look at the problem and go, "This all starts with John." In fact, my wife doesn't even have a honey-do list, she has a Johnny-do list. Because she knows, if you ever need anything, you can always count on John. And that's one of those rare qualities in life that I think all people love. No matter whether you're young, old, male, female, everybody always loves John. In fact, when we were growing up, mothers in our neighborhood used to keep stuff stocked in their fridge just for John, just the stuff John liked in case he would stop by. Seriously. Miss Jean, you know what I'm talking about. When we were little, we used to go to restaurants. When we were as kids, we'd go to restaurants, we'd be leaving. There'd always be 2 guys at the end of the bar who would always turn around. Nobody knew who they were. 2 guys at the end of the bar would always turn around and go, "Bye, John." He just has that kind of personality that touches everyone. I mean, what other groomsmen party would have both Chris Pang and Matt Hartman? Seriously. The only thing those 2 have in common is their love for John. Let's be honest. Seriously though, when we were growing up, I used to actually be worried about John. I would always be worried about him, you know, felt like I had to be on the defensive. Because he's so giving, he's so trusting, he's so loyal, I felt like I almost had to be skeptical enough for the both of us with his friends and his girlfriends. Especially his girlfriends. I always was automatically on the defensive, assuming that they were going to be mean or manipulative or somehow trying to get over on him. And then I met Chelsea, who is easily the most carefree, go-with-the-flow person in the entire world. I mean, she's so kind and innocent and blissfully unaware. I've seen her get lost in her own neighborhood. That's a true story. I mean, she's just a free spirit. And she's perfect for John, honestly. I mean, since Chelsea, John actually showers often. He doesn't pee the bed as much. And he punches less holes in walls. I mean, she almost made him human. You know, Steph and I used to have this game when John was younger. We would come up to John in the crib, and it was called Good John, Bad John. And what we would do, me and Steph would go up to John in the crib, and we'd rub our hands over his hand, and we'd go, "Good John." And he would smile and laugh and tell jokes. And then we'd go, "Bad John," and make evil and snarl, make evil faces. And then, as he got older, anytime John screwed up, me and Steph would always joke that we left him on Bad John for his whole life. But over the past few years, Chelsea has definitely found Good John. Chelsea, John, I couldn't have imagined a more perfect pair, and I'm so happy for both of you. I wish you guys nothing but health and happiness. And to the rest of you guys, I issue a challenge. Let's send these two off in style. As John's favorite country singer says, tonight it's bottoms up.